Hello, dear viewers. Hello, dear listeners. Hello, dear colleagues, dear peers. My name is Babacar Diouf. I live in Mbama in Foundiougne, Fatick region, Foundiougne department in Senegal, West Africa. Thank you very much for attending this presentation. The title of my presentation uh, is raising awareness about stereotypes in Senegalese schools. And for that, I'm going to share my presentation with you. Mhm. I'm going to share the presentation with you. Before that, I'm going to start with a riddle. No, before that, let me try to see with the outline. We'll have the presentation of outline. We're going to start with a riddle, the definition of gender stereotypes, example of gender stereotypes in Senegalese school, strategies to overcome gender stereotypes, and some references. And without any further delay, we're going to start with a riddle, as I said it. And the riddle is: a father and a son are in a car accident, and tragically, the father is killed instantly. His son is rushed to the hospital, but the surgeon says, "I can't operate on her. She's my daughter." Explain. Who is the surgeon? I let you give your mind, voice your mind in the chalkboard, the chat box. Okay, thank you very much. Most of you said that the surgeon is the son's mother, and others say that the father, the son may have had two fathers in the past, things like that. But most of the most frequent response is uh, it is boy, it is the son's mother. Thank you very much. Why do I ask this? Why do I ask this question? It's just because a surgeon normally in our conception should be a man. That's what we know. That's what we call sometimes stereotypes. I'm going to come to stereotypes in a while ago. It is a reflection question. I'm going to ask you. Please, sorry, I'm going to move there. Could you easily find the answer of the riddle? Why or why not? Please share in the chat box. Now, as you say, it was difficult to find. Now, what is gender for you? Gender stereotypes. Please share in the chat. Interesting. Mm-hmm. All right. Then we know that stereotypes are just a gender stereotype is generalized view or preconception about attributes or characteristics that are or ought to be possessed by women and men, or the roles that are or should be performed by men and women. And gender stereotypes can be both positive or negative. For example, women are nurturing or women are weak. You have some preconceptions that most of the time we say that women are generally weak. That's what we call stereotypes. It is not always the truth. We have just to go in some classes, in some classrooms. You see, you enter a class, you see a female who have some attribute, some the physique of an athlete, and sometimes you will see it in the in the following slides that it is not always the case. Okay, this is what we call a myth in education about, I'm going to give you some example about this myth in education. Yeah, gender stereotype might include boys are slower than girls to read. You know, in terms of reading, we always say that girls are faster. And also, girls are naturally quieter than boys. Yeah, sometimes we shout at our student, we say that, shut up. You, if it is a boy, you tell him that you are talkative like a girl. Or sometimes science, math are boys' subjects. Boys are better at sports than girls, as I was saying a while ago. And number four, you have girls should clean the classrooms. And this I'm going to come back to the next slide. Then, what stereotypes exist in your context? Please share in the chat. Great. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. For the stereotypes, some stereotypical jobs after need analysis with my students, I have noticed, as you said in the chart that uh, uh, jobs like masons, bricklayers, or even drivers of a plane, train, bus, lorry are attributed to male, not female. Because I have done a short activity saying to my students to choose to divide the jobs that male can do and the job that female can do. That's after this neat analysis that I found this result that they say that uh, also president, you can be a president of an enterprise or head of an office, things like that, most of the time attributed to male or men. Also, scientists, they think that when it is matter of reflections or matter of mathematics, things like that, scientists are always boys, or mechanics, or also electricians, rappers or artists, or sport players, dockers, butchers, and farmers. Now, for girls, you know that hospital porters most of the time are female, and also nurses or nurse, mm, and language teacher, also cook, waitress, uh, servant, secretary, dancer, as you said a while ago in the chart, and windows cleaners, or caretakers, or to finish with elementary cleaning, uh, elementary cleaning occupations. Most of the time, whenever you go to nursery schools, you find a lot of women there, and these are what we call some stereotypical jobs. Another thing also, how to fight against gender stereotypes. Can you tell us in the charts how you fight against gender stereotypes? Interesting. Uh-huh. Very good. Okay, I'm going to propose you my some solution I think essential to fight against gender stereotypes. In Senegal, here sometimes teachers have to vary their activities and try to preserve equality and equity between female and male students by paying attention on the floor distribution, seating arrangement. Yeah, this is very important. Sometimes whenever we are teaching, we do not think about our students. We give the floor to a main student for or the best student twice or three times without even uh, taking into account that others are listening, become listeners, and this may cause what we call frustration. Okay, because you think that difficult questions are only for boys, and others questions are for female. This is to be avoided. Reinforcement also. If a boy does something good, you say that's very good, a student. And now when a female student does something wrong, you shout at her, etc. It discourages her. And reinforcement to call out, but uh, not to call out, but call in or call on. To call out is only just the student does something. It can be male or female. You shout at him, and it is just an invitation to a fight, and this is not good. You have to call him in, try to discuss with him, and try to call him for a debate, or to call on to keep silent a bit, tell me more about that, and try to bring him in by your side and try to discuss him in order to prepare him to have a critical thinking mind and to solve his own problem. Teachers have to set rules in classrooms, and stakeholders also should not be influenced. They should not influence the choice of female students why they want to do some series like SOS. In our school, sometimes you see very brilliant students. Whenever they want to do something, a series, you see others teachers. They can tell that you have to do English because you are a female student, you are good at language, things like that. And either you say that you can do science series because you are good at science. You have to let them free, to let them decide and to see their marks and to be very helpful in that sense. That will be very, very, very good. Don't rely on their genders, things like that. Teachers must give relevant examples. Like in our books, we have many textbooks like uh, Keep in Touch, Go for English, English for Success, or many other books. You see that stereotypes exist there. Female are portrayed to always carry a baby and sweeping, washing, fetching water, going out the fields, working at home, being taking care of the domestic chores. And this is not always a good thing to show. They have to do a kind of balance between why not portray why not showing a female a woman in an office manipulating or doing sciences or being in the rendezvous, I would say, of great things for the future of this world. And this is very important. We have to bear in our mind that either women, female or male, can do certain jobs. Okay. Apart from that, also the verb to clean. I say it in here in my class in my class or with administrations or with stakeholders. Most of the time, they think that it is female who should clean, meaning cleaning the writing on the board, cleaning the classroom, cleaning the schools, the schoolyard, things like that. We have just to avoid this kind of stereotypes, knowing that to be clean is human. Let them clean, let all the students clean and divide them into groups. This is very important. Don't say that I need 4 students to move this table, or I need 4 strong boys, I want to say, to move this table. Just say I need 4 students. This is very important, to use general terms, not to frustrate your students. Do not select subject. I will say like English is, all languages are for female and science are for boys. This is not good. Okay, thanks for your attention. And now let me share my references. Okay, here are my references, and that was a great pleasure presenting here. And I call all my fellow teachers, mainly in Senegal, to help female. And as we say, stereotypes can be positive, can be negative. Avoid frustrating our learners and help them everywhere. And try to use general terms. Try not to discourage them. Equity is important, but sometimes equality also can be very, very useful. We have just to help everybody, and not, if we have the possibility to rewrite or to review our textbooks, to do it, because it prevents our female students to have certain dreams for the future, thinking that they only can be made, or they can only do low class jobs, things like that. Thank you very much for more time. This was a pleasure presenting. Thanks a lot.